It's Saki Beats here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to sample a song that you get from like YouTube. Alright, so this is a sample I chose. I'm going to show you how to get this sample prepared because a lot of people don't know how to sample, so this will help. I know I didn't know how to sample in the beginning, so let's see. So first things first is you have your sample and you want to look for a loop, something that will loop constantly. So I could tell you this beginning won't be very good because it fades in, so the volume is like offset. You want to get a part that doesn't do that. So if we listen. Okay, so from what I heard, the sample will end right here before it drops, and that's usually how it goes. So like the sample will loop again before it drops, if that makes sense. So now we got the end good, now we gotta get the beginning good. So let's listen here. And usually you can tell where you need to cut the sample based on different new instruments that come into the mix. So if you listen here, a new instrument comes in right here. Let's see if you guys can hear. So that's where our sample would begin. So we're just gonna put this here, and you could kind of like tell based on the wave where you need to cut. And just to check it, bring it back and then see if it loops perfectly. Almost. Now you hear this this end thing right here. Sometimes you'll find samples depending on where you cut, where stuff like this comes in, but I'll show you how to get rid of it after we line it. Okay. So we got our sample, we got it chopped. Now you can see like there's these 4 bars and it's not lined up with the 4 bars. You either want it lined up with these 4 bars or you want the sample to line up with 8 bars, so like all the way to here. So if it's not close to either one, if it's closer to here, then line it up right here at the 9. If it's closer to here, line it up at the 5. And the way you do that is you grab the stretch right here, and then you hold Alt, and then this is for the PC or for the Windows, for a Windows desktop. So you hold Alt, and I'm using FL Studio. But you hold Alt and then you left click this end and then it'll drag. And make sure it's at your stretch is checked up here. If not, check it and then it should work. But yeah, just stretch it till you get to 5 and now you got your sample. Let's give it a listen. Okay, and the way you could check to see if you're on tempo is if you hit the metronome up here, it should be perfectly on tempo. Now even though we have this little sound at the end, it's still on tempo, and that's all that matters. So now that you have it on tempo and it loops perfectly, go ahead and throw it in a mixer track. I put on track 1. And now to help get rid of that sound, first things first, I like to roll off the low end because you don't need the low end in a sample generally if you're gonna add an 808 or some type of bass. If you have bass in the sample and you add an 808 later, it might clash, so I like to take that off. And then this high end is where sound's coming out. Now, I'm not no audio engineer, this is just how I do it. So you can either use this and build from it, or just like not use it at all. Doesn't matter. But yeah, generally you want to find a sample that doesn't have that. You might be able to like pick and choose better parts of whatever you're sampling, and you'll be able to come up with a better alternative. See, that's better. See, that's a perfect sample, so we'll go ahead and use that. Let me name this tutorial. We got our sample, and I just chose a different part of the song, by the way. So we got our sample, and now that it's on tempo, all our drums that we add should line up with our sample. Okay, got that. I'm just throwing these drums together real quick just to show you guys. This is a beat tutorial, by the way, so I'm not too worried about like finding the perfect spot for drums. Simple. Obviously, if you spend more time lining up your sample, it'll be a lot better because you spend more time getting it perfect. But other than that, that's pretty much the basics. So, hope this helped. If you guys want more tutorials like this, let me know. This is my first tutorial. If you guys like this kind of stuff, then I'll be doing more tutorials down the road, and obviously with like better quality and stuff. But yeah, hope this helped. See you guys next time.